Time now for the Daily Answer, sponsored by Salem Surround on The Answer Now TV.
I'm a talk show host, right? I come into the studio, we debate issues, we take things that are happening in the news, we cover breaking news, what to make of it all. My team wants me to talk about the meltdown that people are having over Trump renovating the East Wing and building a big ballroom that he wants at the White House. And I'm just sitting here thinking, okay, we're on the verge of an Islamist communist getting elected mayor of New York City. We've got a government shutdown that the Democrats refuse to budge on. They don't want to reopen the government because they want to inflict pain upon Trump and his supporters. I saw somebody quoted last night, a Democrat, saying that they're going to vote against funding the military. And I start to think about it. Well, of course they don't want to fund the military, because a whole lot of people in the military are Trump supporters. The Democrats want to inflict pain upon Trump supporters. I saw a weepy story about a guy who can't feed his family because he's on the SNAP benefits food program and the money's about to run out. And the guy looked into the camera and said, this is a matter of whether or not my kids are going to get to eat or not. And he was a veteran. I started thinking about it. If he's a veteran, if he's the kind of person who would proudly serve his country, chances are pretty good he's a Trump voter. That's the point. They want to inflict pain on Trump supporters. Remember something. Every time we've talked about this for now going on 7-8 years. They don't hate Trump as much as they hate you and me. They can't believe this country supports Donald Trump, and like it or not, based on his 2 successful elections, the country supports Trump. Majority of Americans want the mass deportation. They expect a sealed border. They want a safe community. They want a booming economy. Did you see Stephanopoulos try to get the head of Walmart to say that things are going badly in the economy? This is a smackdown if there ever was one. Here's George Stephanopoulos, the former Clinton advisor, who pretends to be a journalist on ABC. He tries to get Walmart's U.S. CEO, John Furner, to say that, Thanksgiving is going to be expensive because the terrible... Listen to this smackdown by the U.S. CEO of Walmart with George Stephanopoulos over on ABC.
Let's talk about Thanksgiving first. Food prices are up, especially turkey. So what are you doing to help customers keep the cost down?
Well, good morning, George. It's great to see you. We are really excited about what we have planned for this year at Thanksgiving, and I can't believe it's already that time of year, but this is a time of year when people are busy. They don't want to sacrifice quality, and we want to do all we can to help them celebrate the holiday any way they want, and we want to do it in a way that's very affordable with a lot of value. So I want to talk about a couple things with the Thanksgiving basket. First, we started putting together this idea of having the entire basket easy to purchase, easy to assemble back in 2022. And this year, we will have the best prices on this basket we've had since the program started. We're down about 25% from last year, down about $14 for the basket, which puts us in a position where this basket is just under $4 a person when serving 10 people. So we have a great basket that has a mix of our great brands, like Butterball turkeys. Our turkey prices, George, are all the way back to what they were in 2019 at 97 cents a pound. So we're really excited about the progress. I was really impressed when the team brought me this. It was better than I expected. So we're looking forward to a great holiday season, and we want to help people celebrate any way they want and do it at a great Walmart price.
Wasn't quite the answer George Stephanopoulos was looking for. Prices are down overall at Walmart 25% for groceries to buy for Thanksgiving dinner? Turkey prices are at 2019 levels. That's not what George wanted to hear. So all of this is going on. Things are headed in the right direction. ICE is doing their thing. Trump is doing his thing. And back to my original point about being a talk show host, I don't even know how to defend or dispute or debate the ridiculousness of people melting down over Trump and the ballroom. Trump and the ballroom. Oh, this is a monstrosity. Look at the construction going on. Oh, my gosh. Here's Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, yesterday.
I believe there's a lot of fake outrage right now because nearly every single president who has lived in this beautiful White House behind me has made modernizations and renovations of their own. And in fact, presidents for decades in the modern time have quipped about how they wish they had a larger event space here at the White House that can hold hundreds more people than the current East Room and state dining rooms can. In fact, President Obama notably complained that during his tenure, he had to hold a state visit on the South Lawn and get a very expensive tent. If you talk to journalists who have covered the White House for decades, as I do here every single day, they will also tell you that administration after administration have publicly and privately spoken about the need for a larger event space. So while many presidents have privately dreamt about this, it's President Trump who is actually doing something about it.
Ever been to Mar-a-Lago? It's one of the most beautiful resorts I've ever visited in my life. Ever stayed in a Trump hotel? They're some of the nicest hotels in the country. The guy's a builder. The guy knows. He said yesterday, hear that construction sound? That's music to my ears. I don't even know how to have a conversation about the ballroom controversy. Here's Josh Hawley last night on Fox News.
I love this, that, it's history being destroyed. History? These are the people who for the last 4 years have torn down every statue of this country's history they could get their hands on. George Washington tore it down. Thomas Jefferson tore it down. Theodore Roosevelt tore it down. Christopher Columbus, we were told, was an oppressor and tore it down. And now suddenly they're the great defenders of history. Give me a break. They hate Donald Trump. They hate everything he does. The fact the president is doing this on his own dime, Laura. I saw it today. It looks fantastic. I'm delighted he's doing it, and I love seeing these liberals melt down.
And incidentally, that's the reason it's a non-issue. The taxpayers aren't on the hook for it at all. It's all being done with Trump's money and private donors. It's a non-issue. I mean, I don't even know how to tackle a topic that's a non-issue. I will say that his point about the angry, violent left tearing down all the statues, that's a terrific point. That's an issue worth having a conversation about. In fact, Laura Ingraham followed up on that, making a lot of sense. They ought to be putting all those statues back.
If he really wants to get them completely, just losing their minds, he should have a whole statuary garden and bring back Robert E. Lee to the statuary garden, right? They would really put them to, not in an early grave. We want everyone to be healthy and happy. But the history, okay, let's do history. Let's put them all back, all the statues back.
That when they were tearing down the Christopher Columbus statues and the Robert E. Lee statues and all the violence and the vandalism, that was the moment that I knew we were taking a turn for the worse. I think for many people, it's why they voted for Trump. It's why a lot of people will never vote for another Democrat, because Democrats supported that kind of chaos and anarchy. So 800-655-MIKE, 16 past the hour. We're in the Relief Factor studios for a Wednesday. We're headed off to Israel on Monday. I'm so excited to bring you the show from the Holy Land, thanks to our friends at the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. And if you want to weigh in, incidentally, on the ballroom controversy, hey, have at it. What do you want to argue about? What do you want to discuss? That Trump, the builder, shouldn't renovate a small portion of the White House and create a big, beautiful ballroom? You want to argue? You really? Okay. 800. He shouldn't spend his own money to beautify the White House? Oh, okay. All right. Sure. Knock yourself out. That's like the No Kings protesters. Go knock yourself out. You want to march around and carry a sign saying there shouldn't be a ballroom that's privately funded in the White House? Okay. You do you. Go to town. And try not to look into the mirror, because if you look in the mirror, you're going to see a pathetic human being.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel. Stay informed anytime, anywhere with the Salem News Channel and 9:30 a.m. TheAnswer.com. This has been The Daily Answer, sponsored by Salem Surround on The Answer Now TV.